I think it's nice that you make sure that you can see me. For some people, you're behind the pillar, so you can move your chairs. You will get food after the play, right? One more thing, it's a piece from the play. So the whole play was 1 hour, 15 minutes, but nobody has the concentration anymore. So I reduced it to like half an hour, 35 minutes. Yes? So I will turn around and then we will start. When the earth is warming up, after a cold night, then you get over the fields, you get this layer of mist, When I was a baby, let's say a child, my parents had this rule. We have to stay in bed until mommy or daddy is awake. But I was always so full of energy, and I was sitting on my bed and I was listening, and my parents were not awake yet. So I was like, oh my God, I want to start my day. And I looked through the window and I could see the mist over the fields. And what I would do was get out of my bed, out of my room. I would sneak out through the hallway, over the stairs, go down, make sure I don't make a noise. I would take my boots, put them on, go outside, through the garden, watch out for the swing, because it squeaks, even if you don't touch it. And I would go over the fence, and I would stand in the field, surrounded by mist. What are we doing here? My father, nothing. Nothing. You are standing here way too early in the morning in your pajamas pretending to be an airplane. So tell me, what are we doing here? I'm just looking. What are you looking at? The mist. Oh. Do you like the mist? Yeah. Do you know what my father, your grandfather, used to say about mist? No. He said, the mist consists of all the last breath of people and animals that died here. Right before an animal or a person dies, we hear, and that's it. No? For the rest, the person or animal disappears, goes back to the ground. But that, the earth keeps. And then once in a while, to make sure we never forget, the earth releases all these breaths. And that is what we call mist. Hello, my name is Stijn, Stijn van Akker. I'm from Belgium, West Flanders. Anybody else from West Flanders? There we go, there we go. The best place to be, We are, for the people who are from somewhere else, West Flanders is like next to the seaside, They have more pigs than people there. I left it, by the way, because, that's what you do when you're in West Flanders. You try to leave it as soon as possible. And I became an artist, as you all know, traveling the world, trying to do good, But I have to be honest, I grew up on a farm. That's also why I love your projects, I grew up on a farm, actually a farm that my grandfather built with his own hands just after the Second World War. The war was over and my father started building brick by brick his own farm for him and my grandmother. And they started with, and this is true, 1 cow and 1 pig, that's it. And of course, they built the farm. They went to 20 cows, 30 pigs. They also had cauliflower and turnips and strawberry and corn and 1 donkey called Donkey. Yeah, my grandfather was not very inspirational with names, so he just called, where's Donkey, But he would always come, the donkey. He loved my grandfather. And after a few years, when you have a farm, you get a child. That's how it goes, You work on a farm and suddenly you're pregnant. Yeah. My grandparents got my father, by the way. Rudy van Akker. That's the name of my father. It's very West Flemish. Rudy van Akker. And he grew up on the farm. And if for those who grew up on a farm, then you have to work on the farm. The milking and the mowing and the sowing and, harvesting and helping out. And one day, my father is 24 years old. And he's sitting at the head of a table during a spaghetti feast in the village. We used to have these big parties where you eat spaghetti. Don't ask me why, we do, all right? My father was sitting at a long table like this, but then a straight table, all his friends surrounded. He always, like always, at the head of the table, explaining. Well, he was not explaining, he was bragging, about the new stables they had and about the cool pigs they had. And he was just gesticulating like I'm doing with his hands. And in the middle of his boasting, there was a waitress coming with a plate, 7 plates of hot spaghetti bolognese with extra cheese. My father explaining, and boom, plates went in the air, and the spaghetti bolognese flash up the waitress. And everybody felt silent. They were looking at my father was looking at the waitress, and the waitress was not moving. She was not shouting. She was not cursing. She was just standing there like a statue of spaghetti. Yeah, she also started laughing. The whole table started laughing. Everybody was laughing. And my father, red like a tomato, was looking at the laughing woman in spaghetti sauce. And he was in love. He was like, this is my dream farmer's wife, I must have her. Let me be honest, my mother was not a farmer's wife at that moment. She was a teacher in the 2nd grade of high school with a love for poetry. There are some other people here who love poetry, I know, but she also had a love for poetry. She used to say, the whole world fits into one poem. If you don't know what to do anymore in life, if it's too dark, read a poem and it will bring light in the darkness. Could have been Tom Jones who said this, right? But it was my mother, right? Anyway, she left her job as a teacher. She left it to go with my father and take over the farm of my grandparents. Right? The first thing my father did was cows gone. Cauliflower gone. Corn gone. Turnips gone. Donkey gone. My father focused completely on his 2 biggest loves, pigs and strawberries. Pigs and strawberries. Rudy van Akker is your man. That was his slogan. For the Dutch-speaking people, voor varkens en vrezen moet je bij Van Akker wezen. It rhymes, it's a better slogan in Dutch. My father was not very good at English, by the way. But he did print all these slogans on t-shirts for his children to wear. You can imagine that, 12 years old, pigs and strawberries, yeah? You not get bullied on school when you wear that. Anyway, yes. My father said, good farmers have good slogans. Do you know this slogan? It's a common slogan in Belgium, and it says, a farmer falls in love with the farming, and a farmer's wife falls in love with the farmer. That's why they get together. But my father said, no. The best slogan to express love between your mother and me is like this. We are 2 hands on one belly, your mother and me. We just not always agree on whose belly the hands are lying. That's it. Pigs and strawberries. If you keep doing pigs and strawberries, at a certain point, you get a son. That's how it happens. They got my brother first, Jan. Officially, his name is Johan, but we call him Jan. And he came out of my mother laughing. And the first word he ever said was tractor. Really, my mother gave birth, tractor, that's it. My father was so happy with my brother being this beautiful farmer's boy. He was like, yes, I love children. I want another one. Well, he got another one. A few years later, I came out crying. Stijn, Maria, Anton van Akker, thank you so much. I'm here now. And my first word ever was, mama. That was it. Pigs and strawberries. Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't know for the farmers here if you recognize this, but my parents never took a holiday, except for summer, 7 days. They went to the seaside, which is like 30-minute drive, and that's it, right? They rented the same cabin, always, and they went for 7 days, and my father used to call every morning and every evening to check on the pigs. That was his holiday. 30 years. They did pigs and strawberry. 30 years. And after 30 years, my mother said, now it's enough. We are tired. We worked hard, we made some money. It's time to leave the farm to my brother, Jan. He's the oldest one. And we are going to move in a nice house in the town nearby our farm, right? We have to enjoy life, my mother said. Well, enjoying life for my mother, that means taking long walks, going to nice dinners, reading poetry. Enjoying life for my father, that is going to the farm of my brother and work every day. Yes, still, until today, my father works every day on the farm that he sold to my brother, Even if my brother doesn't ask for it, Yeah, my brother loves it, yes. Pigs and strawberries. By the way, you should see the farm right now, it's beautiful. My brother took over, together with his wife, Jan and Jannie. This is true. That's how they're called, Jan and Jannie, farmers, right? They took over the farm. The strawberries are gone. And the pigs are with more than ever. It's very modern, all the stables. And he lives there with his wife, his 2 sons, and his dog. Right? Being a farmer. My brother is a farmer. It's in your blood, right? Being a farmer. It's in your blood. I have the same blood as my brother, and I once saw it, nothing. No dirt, no nothing. I don't know. Look. Who knows pig farms? Who has ever been on a pig farm? Right? A lot of you, right? You know that if you go to a pig farm, every week piglets die. Even if you take care of them, they just die. I mean, it happens, Every week a few piglets, every month a big pig, like a sow, dead, right? So you have dead animals on your farm. Of course, there's a company who comes and takes care of the cadavers, of course. But during that time, a few days, you have dead animals on your farm. And every farmer deals with it differently. Some put them in a shed, some put it in a refrigerator, and we put those dead animals in a big blue barrel. And as a child, I hated that big blue barrel. I wanted to save the piglets. Oh, I remember the first time I saw a big pig giving birth. I was 5 years old. I'm standing next to my father, and I'm looking at this huge pig. And she's puffing and huffing and going, and suddenly all the way at the end of the pig, poof, a piglet shoots out. And poof, another one. Poof, 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 poof. 12 piglets come out of this big pig. And 11 of them immediately go to the nipples. And they start sucking, and then one smaller piglet stays on the ground. And the rest walk over it like it doesn't exist. So I'm saying, come on, little piglets, take that nipple. Suck it, there's a nipple extra here. I can move this one, come here. Come. This one is not going to make it, son. And with one hand, my father takes the piglet, presses it against his chest, and goes out of the stable. So I follow him. I go around the corner, and I see how my father wrenches the neck of the piglet and throws it in the big blue barrel. And I start screaming and kicking and shouting, Stijn, easy. Son, come here. Stijn, no, don't kick. Stijn, stop. Stijn, stop. Stijn! Listen, if you want to be a farmer, you can like your animals, but you can never get attached to them, okay? No, that's not what he said. He said, you have to like your animals, but you can never get attached to them. Then, and only then, you can be a farmer. And I could not do that. Not get attached. I wanted to save the piglets. How many times in the morning when there was no mist did I go to the piglet stables checking them out, Are you okay, piglets, right? And the moment I saw one piglet feeling feeble, or I saw one lying down, or maybe looking sad, I took them and I put them in my room. No, I hid them under my bed, in my closet. No, in my closet, under my bed. Sometimes I had 13 little piglets at the same time. But I took care of them. I gave them milk and cookies and Diet Coke and everything. Everything to make sure they did not get into the big blue barrel. If you cannot deal with death, you will never become a real farmer. That is what my brother used to say. If you can't deal with death, you will never become a real farmer. Well, I don't care. I don't want to be a real farmer. I want to get out of here. You know, I want to leave this prison. I want to breathe. I want to be a knight. You know, I want to save the world. I want to do something. And I sort of did, you know. I don't know. I left when I was 18. I was so happy to go away from West Flanders to the university. Then I became an artist and I traveled the world. My highlight was FARMWELL. I remember that project so well, you know. Don't really know if I made a lot of impact or not, you know. I always had the idea, don't go back, you know. Sometimes I went for Christmas, but it was always very short and I left. And then 2 years ago, I came back because my mother died. And then you have to come back, you know. And then it's not just for 2 days, Christmas, food, and gone. Then it's because you lost something. Not only a person, but you lost so much for yourself. So I was there for a few weeks on that farm where I grew up with my brother, you know. I never talked with my brother. And suddenly we had to talk with each other, you know. And I remember that my mother, she loves poetry so much, right? So at her funeral, we had to read her favorite poem. And her favorite poem, I will not translate it to English because then it sucks, but I will tell you the essence of the poem. The poem says, if you want to be remembered, you should go. Because if you stay, everybody expects you to be there the whole time. So nobody looks at you because you're already there. So if you want to stay, you should go. And be remembered, right? So my mother went. I think I broke this. Oh, I did. I'm going to take this one. Mag deze aan? Okay. So I'm going to first remove this. What I love about this poem, and it's by a Dutch person, not a Belgian one, so sorry. But what I love about this poem is it's true, you know. The moment my mother went away, because she passed away, she felt closer than ever. The moment I left, I was more at the farm than if I should have stayed at my farm. Because I thought about it every day, everywhere I went, in every city, that it's not the farm, that it's not West Flanders. You can take the boy out of West Flanders, but not West Flanders out of the boy, you know? But the most important thing, and this is what I wanted to tell you tonight, is that I met my brother. After 15 years that I did not see him, and he is a farmer. He took over the farm. So I asked him, how are you doing, you know? You don't ask the first day. The first day, go like, you're right. This is how men ask if they're okay. They go like, you okay? Yeah, you okay? Yeah. You know? That's how we talk. But after a few days, you have all the arrangements for the funeral, and suddenly, you know, she's buried, and your father is in his house, and you're sitting with your brother, and you did not leave yet because you don't know where to go, and he doesn't know what to do, so you're sitting at the kitchen table, and then you ask how you're really doing. And this is what he said. I hope you can see it, and otherwise just place yourself differently. You really want to know? I mean, like, really? How am I doing? Yeah? Okay. I hope you have some time. You don't have to start a new adventure again, you know? Yeah? Okay. I guess it started 2 years. Yeah, you were gone for 2 years. I don't know where you were. And I was in the stables working. And Dad came in and he said, Jan, we're going to quit the business. You're going to take over. It's up to you now. And he left. And you have to know, I always wanted to be a farmer, right? Having my own farm. I mean, I remember as a baby sitting in the buggy and looking at the tractor passing by thinking, I want that too. As a baby, how much do you think as a baby? I knew I want that too. And it had to be pigs. Don't know why, still until today, when I walk into my stables, I see my animals, I feel their warmth, best moment of the day. It's up to you, he said. Oh my God. I was jumping up and down together with Jenny. We had our own farm. We opened a bottle of champagne, like a real bottle of champagne. Oh, celebrated. look, I'm going to be very honest, brother. It sounds easier than it is, right? Because Dad was very nice with his price. So I was like, okay, done. But then the bank comes, and the banks tell you have to make a business plan, and you just can't write taking over the farm. You have to have like a real, proper, whole paper thing that you have to write, and then you have to go to the bank. I will never forget, we were sitting in the bank, and they gave you this plastic cup of water, and it's like, make sure that you don't destroy it, because it's so feeble. So you're holding the plastic cup, and then suddenly they go like, so how many sows do you have? Female pigs. And I'm like, 130, why? Oh, sorry, sir, we can only give you a loan if you expand to 300. I was like, what, 300? He said, yeah, 300. I mean, you're just starting out, otherwise we'll never make it with the cost. You understand this? Yeah. So 300. Oh, we also see that you're breeding Belgian landrace. Oh, yes, that's the best quality there is. Yeah, maybe the best quality, but it's only 12 nipples. Huh? While the Danish and the English version have 14 nipples. That's 2 extra nipples, that's extra piglets, that's extra income. You understand this? More nipples, yeah, okay. We also see that your stables are a little bit outdated. Yeah, my father's never much about renovation. No, it doesn't matter now. You have this extra long pig, so you need a renovation anyway. So it's pretty convenient, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I never took a zip, I left there with a loan of 1 million euros. Huh? I told Jenny, I'm a millionaire. Huh? Yeah, this is how farming works. You put all your money in the farm, you work hard, and when it's paid off, then ka-ching, ka-ching, money coming in. Now, you should have seen it, brother. It was so amazing. The new stables, we had this amazing look. It was not like Dad's, right? Where the warmth was going to the cracks and where the food was on the floor. No. We have now a computer program. It's a beautiful, if you want to see the computer, I can show you later. It's a white one, it looks amazing. We can now decide with the computer how much food every animal gets, how much warmth we can give per animal, and we work in shifts. We learned that from Patrick. You know Patrick, right? Remember? Oh, no, you were already gone. No. You know Jos, right? Best friend of Dad, who always came by to, have a drink, sell his feed. Jos was actually already retired, but he waited for Dad to retire as well. So when Dad retired, Jos came by and had this guy with us. He said, hi, I'm Patrick, technical advisor. I said, hello, Patrick. No, Patrick, technical advisor. If you keep buying your feed with us, like your father did, you get me for free. And Jenny was like, for free, Patrick? Wow, what are you going to do? The dishes? Huh? She said, no. I will come by every 3 weeks. We will go to the stables and see how we can optimize everything. And I was like, what do you mean optimize, Patrick? He said, well, how many piglets per sow do you have at the moment? I said, 22. And I don't know, brother, if you know, but a pig has 45 eggs maximum. So she could have 45 piglets, but we never have. On those days, we were like 20, we even 22. So I said to Patrick, we have 22 piglets. He said, I can get you 30. I said, Patrick, 30? He said, 30. And if you don't believe me, go to the Vertongens. I'm also their technical advisor. So I went to the Vertongens, 30. So I called Patrick. I said, come on, every 3 weeks, come on by. And he did. What he learned us, amazing, how to get the right temperature, how to get the right vitamins for the piglets, how to make sure that you never miss the heat of a sow. When a big pig is in heat and you miss it, they eat for free. It's not a hotel that we're running. No, he made sure we never miss it. And he made us work in shifts. So what we do now is 1 week we're just taking care, feeding the pigs. 1 week that we make sure that we fertilize them. 1 week taking care. And 1 week, that they give birth. Hey, with the pigs, the extra nipples, Patrick, the computer, I had too many piglets. I could not raise them like that, brother. I had to sell the piglets, extra money, ka-ching. Yeah, hey, you needed it, the extra money. We have these crazy expenses sometimes. I don't know if you know an air washer. You know what it is? An air washer. We have to put it now. It's not a thing that you put in your car that smells like the rainbow forest. It's like, it comes with a truck. I don't know, you city boys, what you know, but an air washer, I remember my father going like, what the fuck is that? I said, Dad, that is an air washer. Why? I said, because of the smell. What smell? I said, because the smell of the farm. How do you mean? Well, but that people walk around the farm that they would not smell that there are animals in our farm.
What? Why? I mean, are they completely crazy in Brussels? You know, I said, Dad, it's going to be worse. The ministry has announced on the television that they're going to introduce sniffing teams. Did you hear about that? Sniffing teams. That means that you have a few of those suits, right, coming from Brussels with plastic bags in their hand, all in one car, driving to your farm. They get out of the car, and with the plastic bags, they take air in the plastic bag, close it, and with a car full of plastic bags, they go back to Brussels, put them all on a table, and then one by one, they open it, sniff, and they go like, nice, not nice. Yeah, and when it's not nice, you get a fine. It's not better for your animals. It's not better for the nature. It's pure for the smell. And it's constantly like this. We get constantly new rules because of research we never seen. Right? And where does the research happen? Behind the desk or literally on the farm. Sometimes I have the feeling in Brussels there are so many people bored. Right? That one guy's like, oh, I'm bored. You know what? I'm going to do new research. And another guy goes like, you know what? I already start making new rules then. Right? And then we just have to take them on. Researchers. Ugh. Why didn't, if you're bored, go play Pokemon Go, right? Just leave us alone. Jeez, I had a researcher once. I was a student. I'll never forget it. I was working in my stables, bro. Working in my stables, and suddenly this car came to the farm. Well, car, it was a Fiat Panda, you know. Anyway, it made it till the front door, and this was one young guy, I think 20-something. He got out of the car. He looked very nice, you know, white shoes. He had this, you know, jeans with holes on the right places. I don't never understand. And then he had this very nice shirt and then a sweater over. Yeah. Anyway, he goes to the front door, rings the bell. I know nobody's at home, so I don't open the door. He rings the bell again. So I leave the stable, go around the corner, and I go, hello, whoa! He's so afraid, you know, he was on his Fiat Panda lying there. I said, whoa, whoa, don't be afraid. I'm just a farmer. What do you want? He says, well, sir, hello, I'm from the university. I said, well, congratulations. I said, sir, I'm doing a research on the well-being of animals. I said, yeah, very well. Can I ask you a question, sir? I think you already asked two, but okay. He said, sir, yes, are your animals happy? I said, what? He said, are your animals happy? I said, well, I never heard them complain. So he said, sir, can I walk and see your stables? I said, sure you can, but you have to undress right here, right now. He was like, why? I said, those are the rules, boy. You have to get undressed, take a shower, and put on those clothes. Oh, you should have seen him. I gave him boots, a blue overall, a white t-shirt, and a pink hat. You could no longer tell he was from the university. Huh? I said, welcome in my stables. Those pink things that you see there, those are the pigs. And you never know with those city boys, right? I said, okay, these are the pigs. What are you going to do now? Interview them? Huh? He said, no, sir. I'm going to walk around. I said, okay, walk around. I'm going to go back to work. Huh? 15 minutes later, he comes back. I'm done. I'm like, oh, and what? Well, how are my animals? Are they happy? Oh, sir, I'm still in the midst of my investigation. I can share nothing yet. I said, okay, don't share. But tell me this. Are you happy? No answer. By the way, I never got any results of the research of 15 minutes. I didn't got a letter or an email or a tweet or a beat or whatever, a pigeon thrown at my door, nothing. 15 minutes. What do you know in 15 minutes? Why don't you work 1 week with me? Get up at 5, let's do it. 1 week, you know everything. But this is so typical. People having an opinion and not knowing shit. Never been working on a farm and shouting, you know. Farmers are murderers. Farmers don't care for the environment. Farmers don't care for the well-being of animals. Farmers, and I hate this. I care exactly for my animals. My animals is everything I have. I put everything into my pigs. Everything. My money, my power, my passion, my sweat, my blood, everything. Right? Do you think you can be amongst animals 24/7 if you hate them? By the way, pigs are very stress friendly, right? I mean, unfriendly. They hate stress. So if they don't feel good, they will eat less, they will die. Right? Do these people think I want my animals to die? Of course not. I love my animals. I just cannot get attached to them. By the way, you're going to have dinner later. If nobody eats pork, right? Suddenly tomorrow we decide in Belgium nobody eats pork anymore. We're still going to breed the pigs. We're still going to kill them. Because pig is in everything. Right? These people from Brussels, don't they brush their teeth? And toothpaste is pig. Vegetarians. In toothpaste is pig, glycerine. In bread that you buy from the supermarket is pig. In beer, pig. Wine, pig. Chocolate, lollipops, pudding, tiramisu for the Italians, pig. Jigsaw puzzles, train brakes, working gloves, shampoo, anti-aging cream, pig, right? In over 180 products in the world, you have pig. Even in bullets is pig. Do you want some more coffee, brother? Look, I'm going to be very honest. The first few years that we had the farm, Jenny and I, were great. I mean, it was hard working, but it's a farm. You have to work hard, right? It's not Brussels. And the prices go up. You have these stupid rules and regulations. But you know, I'm going to be honest. We love doing it. We made some money. You know, we survived. But the most important thing is we did it together. Jenny and I, we are a team. Yeah? She was doing the household and the accounting of the farm. She did a whole course for that. And I was doing the pigs. Right? Bonnie and Clyde. We were like, do you know Bonnie and Clyde from the clip from Jay-Z? Bonnie and Clyde. Yes. No. Working together, living together, raising two beautiful boys together. When we had a lost hour, making love together, you know what I mean? That's the advantage of working daytime on your own farm. Yeah. And then came 2008. I don't know what you were doing in 2008, where you were on your trip. But for us, it was the year of hell. Just a little information, brother, because I know you know nothing about farming, but 70% of the cost that we have on our pig farm is cattle feed, right? It's the feed for the pigs. And we spend like 350,000 euros every year on pig feed, right? In 2008, suddenly it was 150,000 extra in 1 year. And if you understand that we just in a good year have 30,000 as an income, that's it, 30,000, the two of us as an income, you can imagine what happened. Minus 120,000 on our account, minus 120,000. I was like, so I called Patrick. I said, Patrick, what's happening here? He said, Jan, it's China. I said, what do you mean with China? He said, Jan, yeah, whoa, dude. The economy's changing, you know. The Chinese are becoming richer and richer. They want to eat something different than rice all day. So they buy bread and they buy pasta. So the grain goes more to China, less for the rest, and the price goes up. And it's not nice, I know, Jan. I mean, it's difficult also for us. It's difficult, maybe 1-2 years. Oh, it's going to be difficult, but work with me on this one, Jan, right? The prices are keep getting up, right? So the Chinese keep getting richer. They want something in their pasta, on their bread. What is the first thing they're going to buy? Meat, of course. And what is the most sold meat in the world? Pork. And where do you find the best pork in the world? In West Flanders, Jan. So it's all a matter of grinding your teeth, holding on for 2 years, and waiting for the Chinese. Okay, that's what I told Johnny. I said, Johnny, these Chinese, they were with more than 1 billion. So if they all eat like 1 piece of pork per year extra, we can buy a limousine. But she said, Jan, we have to quit. We cannot do this. The system is bigger than us. We have to think about our boys. We have to quit. We have to sell the business. I said, whoa, Johnny, easy. It's all a matter of grinding our teeth, holding on and waiting for the Chinese. She said, oh, really? Waiting for the Chinese, Jan? That is your answer? How stupid are you? If the Chinese want more pork, they buy more pigs from us and breed themselves over there, right? I mean, come on. Do you know why the price is so high of the grain, Jan? Do you want to really know? It's because now they are speculating with it on the stock market. That's why. you know, Europe liberated the prices of grain, and now boys and girls in Tokyo and London and New York, they buy the grain already, right, in January, from the farmer already in January, and try to make as much money as possible. And if you realize, dear Jan, that they are actually selling 100 times more grain than there is in the world, you can imagine what they have to do to make money. Right? Now that we don't make money enough with money and with revenue, with houses, now they are playing with grain, with food. And we are screwed by that. And it's not going to take 2 years, it's going to take forever, right? Why don't you tell Patrick that? I said, whoa, Patrick is a very good friend. He would never lie. And she said, Patrick is not a friend. He's here to buy and sell shit, right? He wants to sell he wants to sell the feed to you, and the moment you don't do that anymore, he's going to drop you like a brick. Why are you so naive? You know, everyone who comes to a farm tells you a story, you immediately believe them. Jesus, waiting for the Chinese, how naive can you be? I should have listened to my mother. Never marry a farmer. But she was right. I mean, she's always right, but she was extra right. The prices of the feed, by the way, are still super high. They go up and down. It's a system we cannot control. It's stock market regulated. And of course, the prices of the meat of the pig will not go currently, you know. And now they are controlled by the supermarkets, and they want to make sure they have the kilo knallers, you know, cheap meat for the barbecue so that the shareholders make more money, and everybody's making more money except for us. And then you get more money going out than coming in. And let me tell you, it's a very logical reason, but that is shit. And you have to pay your feed. There's no feed, no pigs, no money. So you have to make a decision. If I pay my feed, I cannot pay my manure, right? So the shit pile that we have, a manure pit. I had 3 times my manure pit overflowing my farm. And let me tell you that's not a very nice thing to have, right? But I had no money for my manure. Or you have to make different decisions like no vitamins to the piglets. I'm going to put the heating a little bit down in the stables. I'm going to put the heating a little bit down in my own house. I'm going to feed them a little bit less. I'm going to feed myself a little bit less. We did not buy any new stuff. We didn't go out for dinners anymore. Only on the boys. I never wanted to save money on my boys, no. Or my parents, on Sunday when they came for dinner, they never noticed anything. This was our problem. I don't know if you've ever been tired in your life. And I'm not talking about tired. I'm talking about fighting windmills tired. We were tired. And we wanted to talk, you know, like we used to talk with each other. But Jan, what are we going to do? Look at me when I'm talking to you. What are we going to do? And we have to do something. We have to sell the place. I mean, think about our boys. Hey, Jan, what do you think? Say something back. Jan, please, look at me. What are we going to do? I can go back being a nurse, right? You can also have an education. You're super smart. Hey, Jan, what do you think? Jan, please, talk to me back. Don't let me do this alone. What do you think, Jan? We can tell your father together. He will understand. He sees how hard we work. Jan? Look, I'm not super good at communication, like directly. I have to think, you know, first. And I like to go in my stables and sit between my animals, you know. I can think the best. I'm a farmer, right? It's in my blood to be a farmer. How can I stop? The moment I leave my stable, it's already very dark. Also, no lights in the house, and I think it's good. You know, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Let's try again. But when I come in my bedroom, Jenny is sitting, fully dressed, with 2 suitcases next to her. You're not a real man, Jan. A real man would have never let it happen to his family. Next day, she left with the boys, went to her mother's. I want to live, Jan. I want to be free. Tell me when you've become a man. And she was gone. My wife, my bunny. Why did she leave? Because she's not a real farmer, Dad. Never asked a question about it anymore. That's the advantage of West Flemish men. So I had to do everything alone, you know. What I really liked is that every 2 weeks, every other weekend, the boys came. I could see them. I loved it, you know. Because for the rest, I was alone. I mean, my parents didn't know anything. And Patrick no longer came by, you know. If you're running behind with the payments, you no longer get the service of a free technical advisor, Jan. So I did everything alone for a year. The house, the computer, the animals, lost 7 kilos. And at the end of that year, close to Christmas, I get a knock on my door. And I'm like, hola, who could that be? But it was the CEO of the cattle feed company. Not strange, I was running behind with payments already for 6 months. You know, he came to me and he said, Jan, you have 2 options. Option 1, we stop you giving feed, you stop with everything. Option 2, you go to the bank and ask for an extra loan. I could not say no, right? At least I could pay off part of my debt and I could continue. You never know, the Chinese that might, you know, they would come. So I continued for 6 more months. 6 months of hell. And at one night, I'm sitting at home in my sofa. And I'm done. I don't have the energy anymore, I'm sorry. So I took a syringe and I filled it with Improvac. I don't know if you know Improvac, but in Belgium we are not allowed to castrate the animals by hand anymore. You know? Don't know why. It went super fast, they never noticed, but okay. We have to fill them now with hormones, Improvac. So I filled my syringe with Improvac and I went to my stables. I just had to push it. And that's it. I don't care. I'm no longer man, so who cares? And the moment I close my eyes, all my animals at the same time start to scream. Scream so loud. As if they knew. My animals, my boys, my family, I cannot do this. I need help. Somebody has to help me. I called Patrick and I said, Patrick, I'm sorry, you're the only one I know. I'm sorry to disturb you, but you have to help me. And Patrick came by and he brought people that you also met. Farmers on a crossroad, they came to me, they first said it's going to be all right, you know, it's going to, you can sit down, it's going to be all right, and they helped me. They helped me make a deal with the cattle feed company to buy. They bought my house, my stables, my pigs, my land, they bought everything, and I could pay off my debt, and I can still work there. They give me every month, they give me a wage. It's not super much, but I can keep working there. And the people from Farmers on the Crossroad, they helped me, you know, cope with everything. They made sure that I could see my sons enough. They even helped me meet Johnny again. You never know with Johnny that it might be okay. And I'm going to be very honest with you, brother. If you would have told me a few years ago that I would be working in a cage for a boss, I would have laughed at your face. I would have kicked you in the ass. I would have said, I'm a farmer, you know. I am a boss. And now I'm so happy that I don't have to fight anymore. Right? That I can just look at a windmill without taking my sword. That I can just be with my boys, with my pigs, with my tractor. You never know. With Yanni, it might. Hey, wait. You're the only one who knows this story. Eh? Hey. I'm telling you this because you're my brother, right? I mean, I don't want you to go babbling. I mean, no one of the neighbors knows this, right? And they cannot know. They cannot know I lost my farm. They will gossip, you know, they will talk about it, and especially don't tell dad. We already lost my mom. We cannot go, no, dad cannot handle it. This stays between you and me, okay? Okay. So, the last 15 years in one story. What did you do the past 15 years? Okay, and now we have dinner.